Denny, if he wins a stage this weekend at New Hampshire, finishes.
New Hampshire.
God damn it! I knew it was going to happen at Homestead.
I tell you what, Denny Hamlin will win the stage at New Hampshire if he's at New Hampshire this weekend.
Yes. Anyway, if he shows up to New Hampshire, if he shows up to Homestead.
Who? Where are we going?
If you guys are new to this podcast, New Hampshire is Homestead, okay?
No, it's not.
Same track. Anyways, when he shows up to Homestead Miami Speedway.
Where? I thought we were going to New Hampshire.
Yeah, and wins a stage and finishes third in the second stage and finishes second in the race, he'll be right back in it. And then, of course, Martinsville, we all know how good he is there. So I think he'll.
Are you worried, though, that this team has not put a race together in the playoffs?
They hadn't put a race together since July. They were real hot to begin the season.
They won 3 out of the first 12 races.
They were pretty good. They were probably the best team the first couple months.
They pulled a William Byron.
Yeah. But it's we'll see what happens. I think Denny is probably the most likely to get through out of the 4 down bottom, but he's got some guys ahead of him that are running really well right now. Of course, Kyle Larson's most wins on the season. Christopher Bell's most consistent driver we got, going in the playoffs, and William Byron could go out there and win the next 3 races. So, but Denny can too. So I think if Denny gets in, he's going to have to beat William Byron. I think William Byron's the only one out of the top, 3 that aren't locked in, or the top 4 that aren't locked in, that has a chance of missing it. Because Kyle Larson's going to run fine this weekend as long as he doesn't wreck. Probably won't be super fast at Martinsville, but he'll be good enough. Christopher Bell could win either of these next 2 races. But William Byron could too. I just I hadn't seen winning speed out of that team in a while, and the 24. So I think Denny still has a shot. I think Denny's going to beat the 24 and make his way into the Final 4.
See, the problem for Denny and even Reddick, William Byron is like the last driver you want to have to chase down by 20-plus points. He might not win the race, but he's going to be damn near consistent, and worst-case scenario, finish 12th. It kind of sucks the way all this transpired with Joey winning and Chase and Blaney and Reddick having their problems and Denny not getting hardly any stage points. It created this huge gap that the points, it might get interesting. Like I said, all it takes is a bad race from William Byron or Christopher Bell and a great race from Denny and Reddick or whatever, and then it's going to be pretty close. But 27 points, that's a lot to make up against a really good driver and a really good team, especially considering the trajectory of the 24 is going up and it's coming down on the 11. They just have no momentum. The 45, they really don't have a whole lot of momentum either. They were fast at Vegas, but, they wrecked and finished second to last. This whole playoffs, they've ran kind of like crap, and, some bad breaks here and there, but they've really not had a whole lot of speed up until they had speed at the Roval last weekend, but Reddick messed that up on himself and had to bounce back and recover from that to barely make the round of 8. And this week had, one stage 1, had really good speed, but then gets involved in a wreck. It's just either have good speed and, mess up, or they just kind of come out there and not have it. So they don't really have a whole lot of momentum either. And then you got Chase and Blaney down there that they're going to have to win races, I think. I agree. They could technically find a way to point their way in, but, I seriously doubt it, because when you get to the round of 8, it's so even. Everybody is just as good as the other person almost. I said this last week. What you can't do in the round of 8 is have bad finishes and not get any stage points. In first race, 3 of them wreck, and the other one gets no stage points and runs 15th, 20th, 25th all day. And look where they're at. I don't see a way without winning a race that top four is going to. Obviously, Joey's not going to change, but Larson, best driver all year. Bell, probably the most consistent guy all year. William Byron, he's one of the more consistent guys in the garage, and he is trending up right now. So I don't see any way this top four changes unless the bottom four guys wins the race. And Denny, he could win at Homestead and he could win at Martinsville, but do I trust that team right now? Hell no. Same thing with Reddick. I don't trust that team right now. I don't trust that driver. And then Blaney, he's probably the one I feel the most confident about because he's been in this situation before. Last year, I think he almost had to win Martinsville to make the championship four, and he did. So he's been in this scenario before. So, and like I said, Martinsville's a really good track, and Homestead, he almost won Homestead last year too. So, I have more confidence in that 12 car than probably anybody else outside the cut line here. And then Chase doesn't have enough speed. And when you don't have enough speed, and you're trying to make it 53 points, and you only won one race this year, I just don't see it from the 9 team. They were fast this weekend at Vegas. I really would have loved to see what he had because he came from 18th to the top 5 relatively in a quick amount of time. Like, I think that 9 car maybe had race-winning speed. Was it going to compete with the 20 and the 45? We'll never know. Probably not, but we'll never know. But he had a very fast car, and it's just it sucks that he got involved in that wreck. So, but now he's just in a point where he's got to win, and he's got to win Martinsville. He's got to throw all his chips in the basket in Martinsville. He's never been great at Homestead. He's had a couple good finishes here and there, but Homestead's not the track that you look at and say, "Hey, Chase Elliott can win there." It's going to be Martinsville. And the problem is it's going to be Martinsville for Denny Hamlin and Ryan Blaney as well. So I don't see the top 4 changing, unless something catastrophic happens between Larson, Bell, and Byron. I think you got your championship 4 set right now.
Yeah, probably, but one could hope.
Who would you cheer for in that championship 4?
Denny.
No. The 4 right now.
Joey.
I'm not cheering for Bell. I'm not cheering for Joey. Have to be one of the Hendrick boys. I'll probably cheer for Byron.
Oh, you're an idiot.
Byron ain't won one. My dad likes him. I'll cheer.
William
for
Byron
my dad.
sucks.
Oh yeah, he sucks. He's only made the right of 8 the past 4 years, 3 years,
Bill
whatever
Byron.
it is. He's the most winning. I don't know about it now. I think Larson passed him, but
Chris
that
Buescher
stat
would
last
win
year.
the championship in that car every year.
Really, it's not about how good you are. It's about getting hot, right? Finding luck. At the right time.
Chris Buescher would win 6 races a year in that car.
Lucky if he wins 6 races his career. And I like him.
Yeah, he's in middle of the road equipment.
Anyway, it's not a Chris Buescher. How good is he topipic?
Brad Keselowski.
I'd probably cheer for. He can't even win a championship in the damn 5 car. Right now he couldn't. He's too old. But
you do know he's like 6th in regular season.
That doesn't mean anything, right? That's nothing. No reason.
He's not good. Yeah, he's not good.
He sucks. He wrecks everybody.
Yeah, he does. William Byron caused the biggest wreck in fucking Daytona history. I don't want to hear it.
No. Oh, Daytona history, probably. But no, I'll probably cheer for Byron in that situation. Just see a new champion. Fuck it. Let's just see it. And plus, being an Elliott fan, I really don't want to see. And I like Kyle Larson, but I really don't want to see Larson get 2 championships, and dominating the way he is while Chase is not winning a whole lot of races and stuff like that. It's kind of like a Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Gordon scenario right now. I'm going on in my head. Jeff, obviously when Jimmy started, kind of took the swagger out of Jeff. And it's kind of the same thing. Like Chase Elliott, we all agreed when Larson was in that 42 car at Chip Ganassi that Larson had great talent, and he might have been a little more talented than Chase Elliott, but Chase Elliott was a better driver back then because he won more races, had better finishes and average finishes and stuff like that. And then ever since Kyle Larson has joined Hendrick, it's kind of flip-flopped. Like Larson is better than Chase at about every category. since he's joined HMS. So it's kind of like a Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Gordon thing. So I don't want to see Larson get 2. But if he does, I'd rather take him winning 2 over Bell or Logano.